Your mother mourns your deception, trapped in the memory of the boy we had come to love, conflicted by the man you decided to become. But there's always time to choose, Derek. Let me share a story with you that I've never told you. The day Flameshot was born, a man paid the price. A man I thought was my friend. You think Apollyon is yours, but I didn't want my children to know the darkness I did. I couldn't see past my own rage, and many horrible people paid for it. I was lost. I didn't care who or why. I wasn't strong enough to fight my own fire. I hated myself, so I used the curse that was given to me for them, all of them. I thought drowning my sins would make it better, but it only blinded me to the real abominations, the real consequences of solving violence with violence. After all I had done to make sure this would never happen again, I didn't even slow it down. The suffering. I didn't think that was my biggest mistake, son. Jade led me down a rabbit hole, and at the time it felt great not to have to deliver kids from suffering alone. For the first time in a long time, I felt wanted, accepted. The abomination I felt inside had been found. For a time, I found love and trust. We traveled the world, putting an end to the suffering of thousands of children, men and women too. We were unstoppable, but sometimes, son, what feels good isn't always the right thing. At that moment, I thought I knew what a hero looked like, but I was only betraying what I felt inside, because nothing that seems good lasts forever. In sunny Canton, New York, Jade, Dog, Nightwalker, and Flameshot hijacked two trucks full of kidnapped kids and were racing towards the rendezvous point at the embassy. But they are ambushed by Dare, landing on top of Jade's truck. Flameshot then swerves into the next truck, causing it to run off the road and slam into a tree. And he is pissed and lashes out at both Dare and Dog, until they were able to show him that he was being misled. The truck they were driving wasn't filled with abductees, but it was filled with decoys. Flameshot became furious, lashing out and cursing Nightwalker, even putting his blade to her throat. But continuing his note to his son, he says, I was reminded how bright the light of mercy shines. It was the first time someone had shown me something I'd never received until that moment, forgiveness. Greg then teleports his team all the way to the American embassy in Ogdenburg, where Jade recovered the first truck of abductees, yet adding that she was really disappointed as she thought they were making a difference. But Flameshot didn't want to hear any of it, ready to launch at her for her lies. But he got blasted by Apollyon right before he was able to do anything, who then apologized for the act by Flameshot. The Remnant squad accused them of kidnapping the children with the intent of sending them off for unsanctioned experiments, which the delegate rejects such a claim, stating that Apollyon has been leading a coordinated effort called the Watchers Initiative to recover children from trafficking rings. Brock tries to present the evidence that there was a second truck, but Apollyon refutes the idea. In that moment, they realize that they were played, rushing back to the spot to discover Dare was gone and Flameshot blames himself for it. For such a disaster, the truck was gone and no one could determine if the kids that they saw at the embassy actually got back home safely to their families. Continuing his message and recap to his son, letting Derek know that he loves him and to be careful as he hopes Derek will make the right choice eventually. But that won't be as easy, with Apollyon walking into Derek's room stating that they need to talk. Flashback to many years ago as Flameshot recounts the events that led to the day he awoken his powers. He was my mentor. The father mine couldn't be. Would I have known sooner I exchanged one absent father for a monstrous one? How did I know he was a monster? I didn't. In a way, he told me himself. I was too angry to hear the truth, until I saw it. The curtain pulled back. I believe at that moment we each knew each other better than we realized. That's when it happened. Alex Connolly had died that day, and something else emerged. Someone else. The day Flameshot was born. As scared as I was, my anger taught me an important lesson about my ability. People aren't afraid of burning others. They're just afraid of getting burned. People, it doesn't matter, good or bad, want to control the fire, use it for their needs. Well, Let's see how good they are at controlling this new righteous flame. During a fight between the Remnant squad and the forces of Apollyon, Pink Spade finds herself in a one-on-one with the Watcher Jezebel. Caught off guard, she does the one thing a seasoned Remnant member ought not to do versus Jezebel, looking directly into her eyes. The moment she did, with her knife drawn, she instantly became paralyzed. But Jezebel seizing the moment to taunt her and taking her own knife right out of her frozen hands, knocking her to the ground before putting Pink Spade's own knife to her throat, asking her if there's anyone she should give her farewells to. And Pink Spade replies with 2 words, "My son." 2 words that made Jezebel freeze up just like she did to Pink Spade before dropping the knife and apologizing before flying off, leaving Pink Spade bewildered as to why Jezebel spared her, calling out to Jezebel to ask her. Jezebel came back saying she thought it would be worse for her son not to have his mother, telling her to cherish her son before flying away. As Jezebel flew away, Pink Spade's husband, Flameshot, comes over, letting her know that the rest of Apollyon's forces flew away, asking what just happened between her and Jezebel. But all she could say in that moment, pondering on Jezebel's words, is that they should call their son. And with that, let's put the Remnant issue 10, Parables of the Remnant issue 10 on our gospel-infused entertainment judgment scale. So for story direction and concept written by I don't know who for the first half and Patrick Daniel for the second half, it gets a 3.5 out of 5. If you watch any of my Remnant videos, which this is our 36th individual issue of the comic series from Grok Comics, and you will know that Pink Spade and Flameshot are my 2 favorite characters in this entire universe after the one and only Thief in the Night, and they are 3rd overall in all the comics that we reviewed after Thief in the Night and Black Blossom. So much so that I had custom models done for them for a top-down shooter game that I've been tinkering away at for the past 2 years whenever I have the free time to live stream the process. So any issue that involves them is a highlight for me, but I am really mixed on this issue as there were elements that were quite confusing to follow. The Flameshot message to Blue Flame aspect of the comic, as well as his backstory, were pretty awesome. So much so that I only saw it fit to read it all the way through. Like, all of his dialogue stuff to me was just really well done. It's quite sad I can't give my praise directly to whoever wrote that, because I couldn't find a credit for it anywhere. Which might be for the better, because I also have a bone to pick with whoever came up with the layout for the chase sequence and the plotline for that, because it left me thoroughly confused and honestly made a little sense. Like, I get it was supposed to be the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of situation between the Remnant, Flameshot, Jade teaming up to save the kidnapped children with Night Eye playing double agent for Nightwalker playing double agent for Apollyon and leading them astray along the way. But what was confusing was Dog getting on the truck and the day ambush. I feel like that point of it like confused. I thought I understood the storyline, but from there it just confused everything out to me. What seemed like an ambush until Flameshot swerved the truck into the trees, then started throwing hands at everyone. To Dog now having intel that they've been played all of a sudden as if he wasn't in the truck with them some seconds ago. I think Dog being in the truck is what makes this ambush aspect of everything so confusing to me. I also didn't know that Kaylee now has flame powers, but that's a side note. What got even more confusing is why Alex attacked Jade at the embassy after she was apologizing for what I thought was also being played. Also, who's the man with the guns at the embassy and is dead? Like, did he follow the truck and got put down after he said he'll catch up with them, or is it something else entirely? That section was really confusing for me personally. Like, I like the concept of the story, but I think we could have taken out a pin-up out of the issue and gave the chase sequence another page to flesh out. The Pink Spade vs. Jezebel short story was pretty cool. While it was a simple interaction, it does carry a lot of weight regarding the Blue Flame saga of the Remnant. If you want more context to that, you can be sure to check out the video I'll link at the end of this review. When it comes to dialogue, it's a 4 to 5. Despite the confusion, Flameshot's message to Blue Flame that covered the whole comic was pretty enjoyable, especially the aspects of him going through his going through his past and just fleshing out the story of what led to him getting his powers. When it comes to artwork with no credits listed, actually, it gets a 4 to 5. With the Pink Spade story being my favorite section for the artwork of this book. Flameshot activating his powers for the first time was also an awesome section of the book as well. I'm not going to go in on it, but I'm not going to let the random hearts in the panel around Pink Spade and the emoji over Flameshot's head when he gets slapped slide. But I shall leave it there for now. Biblical application, it gets a 0 out of 0, as this is one of those more character-centered issues of the Remnant resolving around Flameshot that didn't really have anything to really analyze on that scale. So lastly, my recommendation against the volume of gospel-infused comics we have covered, it gets a 3 out of 5. So overall, Parables of the Remnant issue 10 gets a 3.625 out of 5 from the Xplanations. Link to purchase the comic for yourself if you are interested can be found at the top right hand corner of your screen and in the description below. If you enjoyed the video to the point you want to check out another one on the channel, then be sure to click the card at the top right hand corner of your screen to check out our other Remnant reviews, or you can check out this amazing one-shot of Blue Flame issue 0, where I dove into the struggle Flameshot and Pinkspade went through seeing their superpowered son turned from all they taught him to become a puppet for the Antichrist, and the turmoil it caused leading to their mission to bring him back.